pretty cool out here, you see. It's a pretty beautiful place that we're going.
Mom. Oh my goodness. That's a little princess. Boy, she's a precious little thing. Look at that, baby. That's Daddy's baby. Give me that, baby. Give me that. Give me that, baby. Give me that little baby. That's Daddy's baby. That's Daddy's baby. Give me that, baby. Give me that baby.
We got the Dodge.
Look how good that frog blends into that. That is a tree frog for sure. Look at that. Can't really touch there. All right, this is a 33-inch combination deck Troy-bilt walk-behind mower. And this is actually a commercial mower here. It's got a commercial engine on it. Here's the wheels on it right here. And they have little grease certs on them so that you can grease them. There's a spot on the deck I was showing. That's the only spot that I've seen that was bad, really. It doesn't even really have any rust on the deck. And this is an old mower. So I'm guessing, for one thing, it's built probably better than a lot of the newer ones. And then another thing, maybe whoever had it took care of it. But it is a powerful mower for the size deck that it is. So that deck is 33 inches, which is about a foot wider than your average push mower, you know. But as you see, it's got those heavier duty tires, those big rubber tires on it. And I really enjoy it so far. I've mowed almost 2 acres with it around that. And so there's the switches that make it self-propel. That's the gears right there, first, second, third, reverse, neutral. That switch right there, or that lever, engages and disengages the blades. And so it's built a little bit different than some mowers. But so far, as I said, I really like it. And the reason I bought this is because my deck on my Cub Cadet is in such bad shape now. One of the welds broke on it. It's causing the belts to burn up on it. And so I think I went ahead and bought this just so I could mow my yard. But I think I found a deck already for the Cub Cadet. I'm not buying a new deck for that Cub Cadet mower because I gave, I think, $400 and some for the mower, and the deck they're trying to ask $800, which is outrageous in my opinion. So that's not happening. But I found one, I think, for maybe $100. So I plan to maybe get that deck. But this is something I've been wanting for quite a while anyway, just a walk behind. When I used to do lawn care, it would have opened up a lot more lawns for me because there were some gates that I couldn't get into with my zero turns. But like a mower like this right here, you're able to get right in those gates and mow the yard, you know, much quicker than if an average push mower or something like that. And some of these walk behinds have really big decks on them, actually. Some of them have like 50-inch decks and 60-inch decks even. This one's a 33-inch, which is fine by me. It seems like it only holds about a gallon of gas, but it goes for a long time on that gallon. Because I had a gallon jug and it filled that tank up right there pretty much to the top. But I don't know a lot about Troy-bilt's newer things. This is actually probably, I think, the first Troy-bilt I've ever had. But I can say one thing, like their older stuff is built good. I've heard the same thing about their tillers. Their older tillers are really good tillers. That switch that I had there, you turn it and it lowers the deck and raises the deck. So as you can see right there, I'm kind of lowering the deck down. And the deck itself is in really good shape. It really is. And then you turn it the other way and that raises the deck back up. So that's pretty simple, you know. They made things simple in the old days. And which I don't know how old this mower is. It may be early 90s mower, maybe 80s even. It definitely seems like an older mower though. But here we are getting into the mower, and I'll go ahead and Well, I may as well just go ahead and keep talking. But now here where we're at, we live on about 2.5 acres. So, which right up there in the front, what you'll see me mowing here is probably an acre and a half or so, something of that nature. And but as you can see here, it mows really good. The deck is really level on it. You see how good it cuts. Now this side here, I cut a little bit lower than I do that side on the other side of my driveway there, because it's that side of the lawn is a lot thicker. But as you can see here, it cuts great, and those blades are sharp on it. They were sharpened recently, so it's cutting really good. Same thing as with the chainsaw, you know, having your teeth really sharp. It makes it much easier on your machine, and it makes it look a lot better when it comes to mowing grass. That way you don't got big clumps of grass all over the place, and the grass that is getting cut is actually getting cut and not getting ripped. You know, because your blades, even if they're really dull, will rip the grass, but it doesn't look as good. You can definitely tell a difference. But you're not going to have as many big clumps either if you go ahead and keep your blades sharp. And it just makes your machine not have to work so hard. But as you can see, that was a decent sized little piece of land right there, and it didn't take very long where it's got that bigger deck. And then it's self-propelled too, and you can set it pretty fast to where it's moving pretty quick, to where you got to walk pretty fast to keep up with it. Like right here, I don't have it set like that. As you can see here though, the grass on this side of the lawn is quite a bit longer and thicker, and part of the reason why is where my mower gave me that trouble with the deck. I hadn't been able to mow it for a while between work and needing to get another deck or mower, and I couldn't find a deck at the time, so I found this thing here local, that mower, and I thought, well, I've been wanting one of those for years anyway, so I'll just go ahead and buy that. And I'm glad that I did, honestly. I really like it. As you can see, it cuts really good here. This is thick grass, pretty tall. It's not real tall, but I'm about to do my back lawn, which is really tall right now, where my mower went down on me and where I've just been working so much. But I'll show you how it does on that. I'm looking forward to that, actually. Probably tomorrow I'll do that, so it'll be an overgrown lawn video with that mower there. I believe it'll do great with it. But now here in a minute, now this is from the opposite angle there. Look at those stripes, how good they look with this mower. That's something I wanted to highlight, is how good this mower stripes. Now from that other side where you seen me previously, this is those same stripes. The only difference is the light is hitting them from this side. And I think I show that, but I'm not positive. But now the light is reflecting off of the grass, and that's the white stripes, the ones that are lighter, are me going that way, the way that I'm going right now. The dark ones are me coming back this way. But now if you stand on the opposite side, they're opposite, you know. So you always follow the light stripes when you're doing stripes, and it does take a little bit of time to get used to it, but it's really not that hard. But as you can see, that mower stripes really good. I was very happy with that. I even told my wife, I said, look at these stripes that this thing's doing. I mean, my Cub Cadet will do them too, but some of it too depends on the grass, how thick it is, and just how healthy it is. The thicker and healthier the grass is, the better the stripes show up. And then just the lighting too. Like if you were to stand on the other side, as you seen me mowing there earlier, you couldn't even hardly see the stripes at that time because the sun is on this side, pointing that way towards the stripes right now. So at different points of the day, they show up better, you know, from one side to the other. Like later in the day, if you'll be looking at them from the other side, they'll be brighter. But right now, at this point in the day, where the sun is hitting them from this angle, they're brighter from this side. But yeah, I was really happy with how well that mower striped. And you can get Velkies for a lot of these walk-behind mowers as well. They're things that you ride on. They've got little tires on them, and it's just like a little, I don't even know it's just a Velkie. I don't really know how else to describe it, but it's something that you stand on with tires on it, and it hooks to the mower so that you can ride on it rather than having to walk behind it like I am here. Now, I don't know if they make one for that particular mower or not, but even if they don't, I could probably make my own or have somebody help me make one. I don't think it'd be too hard, but at the same time, I don't have to have one. It would be easier though, especially with a bigger piece of land like kind of what we've got here. Talking about 2.5 acres, that's a lot of walking. Even though the deck is a little bigger than a regular push mower, it's still nothing like my zero turn that's 50 inches, you know, or 60. I even had one before that was 60. That one's 33 inches. So as I said, it's about a foot bigger than your average push mower, which is at 21 inches. So it still takes some time, you know, for a lot of land. But look at those stripes. I was so happy with that. It stripes so good. And I didn't really know what to expect with it as far as the stripes went, but it actually did a lot better than I thought it would. So stripes is something I've always enjoyed doing. I love taking care of a lawn. I really enjoy keeping my lawn mowed. I don't know, it's just something, if it gets starts to get overgrown, it stresses me out. It really does. I don't like it. For one thing, I got kids and they go out and play in the lawn and stuff, and when it's longer, you know, you've got ticks and stuff, but it also makes it look like you don't take care of your place, which I understand things happen sometimes with people, just as they did to me with my deck. But for the most part, you know, as long as you got a mower, I feel your lawn should be taken care of. And some people work a lot of hours and they hire other people, how I used to mow, you know, they'd hire me. And some of them would tell me, you know, we're just so busy, we just don't have time to do it. And I understand if you're working a lot, that I do. And I work a lot now, but I still like to mow my own lawn. I don't think I'll ever hire anybody to mow my lawn. I love mowing my own. But as you can see here, as I said earlier, this grass is pretty thick. Maybe thicker and taller than you realize. And that mower had no problem with it. And then up closer to our home, I mowed it shorter. I didn't record that. I mowed it even shorter than this, and it looks really good. You know, where the kids go around and play at and stuff, I wanted it to be even shorter there. But I gave $400 for that mower, if you're wondering. $400 for it, which I don't think is a bad deal considering the shape that it's in. The deck is solid, the mower is solid, the engine is a commercial engine. It's Briggs & Stratton, but it's a commercial engine. And it's got plenty of power. I really enjoy that mower so far. And mowing is something I enjoy anyways. But as I said, I think I've got a deck already for my Cub Cadet lined out for $100, which is much better than $800. You know, buying one from a new one. To me, that's crazy. I understand they gotta make money, but that's just too much. So I won't pay prices like that. As I said, I think I gave $400 something for the mower, you know. But I found a deck for $100, and it's a pretty solid deck too. It looks like it has a little bit of rust here and there, but nothing serious whatsoever. The one that I got with my Cub Cadet, as many as you saw, it was in pretty rough shape when I got it. And it's lasted up until this point, the deck has, but then one of the welds broke on it. I was planning to try to refurbish the deck, but it's just too far gone. As some of you mentioned, you know, that would need a deck, and you were right. I was hoping to save it, but no, it's just too far gone. When the welds like that are breaking and everything, yeah, it's just better to go ahead and get another deck. Because it throws everything off, you know. The pulleys and everything aren't sitting right on it, so it's making the belt not sit right. But now that one right there is very solid. Older things are just built better, in my opinion. Many of them anyways. Like, I've got an uncle who does mechanics and works at a shop around here, and he was telling me a lot of these newer trucks, they'll be 2018, 2019 trucks. He said they're bringing them in and the frames are rusting from out from under them. I don't understand why they're making things so cheap. They're making them so cheap made, but they're charging such outrageous prices for them. It's ridiculous. Used to, you know, men would have their trucks and they'd pass it on to their son, and then their son would pass it on to their son, and so on, because they were built good. The frames were solid. The trucks ran good, you know. Nowadays, people's truck don't even last them their lifetime. Many of them, they end up trading it in for another one because it has so many problems or whatever. Even my Dodge, like my Dodge Ram that I got rid of is a 2005, not a real old truck, but the frame on that truck when I got rid of it didn't have a speck of rust on it, I don't believe. If it did, it was surface rust. It didn't have any rust spots that I can recall. Frame was, and that's why he was telling me, he said that frame on your Dodge, he said that'd probably last you a long time. He said, but these newer ones they're bringing in, they're 4 years old, the trucks, and the frames are done rusting out from under them. To me, that's just a shame, paying that kind of price for a vehicle and the frames rusting out from under them already. No, thank you. The next truck I plan to get, I may get a couple actually. I may get me a half ton, and then I'm wanting to get a dump truck as well. But I wouldn't mind having a half ton as well, just to do some loads of firewood. And just because gas is so outrageous right now, you know, 1 ton I'm guessing is going to be really bad on gas, especially with the prices the way they are right now. So my neighbor over there, he's got a garden across from me, So I've got maybe 3 or 4 neighbors on this little road right here where I live. And that one actually lives up front, but he owns that piece of land right there across from me, and he's growing a garden there. He's using an old Troy-bilt tiller, it looked like, which I've heard are really good.